travel day today, packing up a few last minute things, repositioning to LAX, not flying though, so we're driving up to LAX, and we're headed to Japan. So I got my backpack there, Tiffany's carry-on, check bag, 2 snowboards, and my burrito. Well, that was a rookie mistake. Forgot to put my TSA pre-check known traveler number into my reservation. And so somehow Tiffany got TSA pre-check and I didn't have TSA pre-check, so totally forgot that there's TSA pre-check here at the international terminal. Hi.
Oh, hello, I just bought something.
Oh my goodness.
He heard me.
Wow. Leave you unattended for 10 minutes. Leave her unattended. She goes through TSA pre-check and I go through regular security. Sherry gets her shopping done. It's a coin purse for Japan. In Japan, there's a lot of coin usage. Was it tax-free though?
Yeah, it was tax-free.
Starting off the trip right.
Done.
For today. Done for today.
For today.
Now we're heading up to the Star Alliance Lounge to grab a snack before we head on the flight. Good morning. Great, thank you. Outdoor terrace is one of my favorite parts about this lounge. I think it's really cool that you can just watch planes. Well, not very many planes right now, but it's cool that you can stand outside and get some fresh air while at an airport lounge. Heading back inside, the reason why we have access to this lounge is that we are flying business class. If you're flying a Star Alliance airline in business or first class and flying out of Tom Bradley at LAX, you'll have access to this lounge. Star Alliance Gold members also get access to this lounge as well. That sucks. Usually there's a noodle bar that's open here. As for the food, there is a food buffet and there's also instant ramen and light snacks as well. This was kind of a morning flight and so that's probably why the noodle bar wasn't open, but we had ramen, which was totally okay. I think every airport lounge should have ramen as a backup option. There's pretty good drink options. And then as for the breakfast buffet, it was pretty basic, pretty simple. It kind of felt like a continental breakfast, nothing too special there. There are also shower rooms, but didn't get to try those because we didn't have enough time. So that was the Star Alliance Lounge. Even though it is quite old now, I guess. It's like some of the signs says since 2011, but it still feels pretty modern. Still pretty clean and pretty nice. And we're just heading over to our gate. We're at gate 152, which is down this way. I don't know what's going on, but flight's almost delayed by an hour now when we're sitting on the plane. We're still at the gate. They said that we can use the lavatory and we can exit if we wanted to. So I don't know what's going on. Oh, they're handing out water bottles while we're delayed here. What's Tiffany doing? What's Tiffany doing? Unboxing!
We are waiting for the passengers. If any passengers' baggage.
Oh, someone probably had eggs and they had to go find the bags.
Yeah, someone had to get off the plane.
While our flight is delayed, let's go over how I booked this flight. You can book this flight for around $3,000 to $4,000 each way, but what I did instead was I transferred American Express points to Air Canada Aeroplan to book the flight. It cost 75,000 American Express points and $50 in taxes and fees. If you want to learn more, check out the video linked in the description or linked up here. Finally, we pushed back and we took off. After we take off, they handed us our menus, and of course I went with the Japanese menu. This is what the business class seat looked like. It's looking pretty dated and feels pretty dated, but it was very, very clean and still in pretty good condition and still comfortable. This is the amenity kits, and the products are by Shibro. And I don't think iPods ever had this port, which I thought was kind of weird. Tiffany got the seat in front of me, and it's the seat that's a little more exposed to the aisle, and my mom and my sister sat across the aisle from us. It was mealtime. The table is a little difficult to open with just one hand. It has a safety lever. It pulls out and the wings fold out for more surface area. This is the amuse, the first part of the meal. They had 2 sakes on board, so I asked for a sake tasting, and check out how big these pours of sake are. Is it supposed to be this big of a pour of sake? It was a lot of sake for me to drink. And this is the starter. Look how beautiful it looks. Japanese airlines are probably the only airlines I would eat sashimi on. Overall, I thought the food was great. It's a good first taste of Japanese food on our way to Japan. Dessert needs a little bit of help though. They just handed us a Haagen-Dazs that was hard as a rock. After our meal, it was time to catch some sleep. There was a cushion pad that was standard issue for everyone, and it has a springy feel to it, and it made it more comfortable to sleep. After a few hours of sleep, I woke up and decided to give their order at any time menu a try, and an interesting unique item on the menu was Ipuro plant-based ramen. So that's what I got, and it was surprisingly really, really good. Even my mom loved it. Good. An hour and a half before landing, another meal was served, and the rice is steamed and wrapped in this paper to keep its moisture. They took their rice really seriously. It was a good meal, and it was time to prepare for landing. Even though this is the old ANA product, I really enjoyed the seat. It was comfortable, it was spacious, the footwell is huge, and it was just overall a good experience. Wish it was the room, but it was still nice. Snowboards made it. We're gonna go ship these out to Niseko. To ship our snowboards out, we're using Yamato Transport. They're a courier service in Japan, and they'll ship any luggage or bags within Japan for between $15 to $25 a piece, and it takes about 1 to 2 days. Saves you from lugging your bags on and off trains and busy train stations. You need to find the Yamato desk when you land, which isn't difficult, and when filling out the form, all you need is a name, address, and a phone number, and it could be written in English, and they'll take care of the rest. I definitely recommend shipping your bags if you can work it into your itinerary. We get there on the 18th. That was super easy. Shipped the snowboards out, took less than 5 minutes. So it's $43 to ship 2 snowboards out here from Narita to Niseko. And you just need your address of where you're shipping it to, phone number, and then they just figure out the rest. There's 2 options when you land here in Narita. You can take the Narita Express or you can take the Keisei Skyliner. And so it depends on where you're staying as well as what Google Maps tells you. So check on Google Maps which one would be the most efficient. Both of them take you to the Tokyo City Center, but if you're like staying in Shinjuku or Shibuya, the Narita Express would be the one that you would probably want to go to because that takes you directly there. We'll be taking the Skyliner to Ueno. Generally, if you're staying in the northeast side of Tokyo, then take the Keisei Skyliner. If you're closer to the west side, Shibuya or Shinjuku, then take the Narita Express. There's also this area around Tokyo Station that you can take either one, the Narita Express or the Keisei Liner. Use Google Maps and it'll help you decide which one is the best and which one's the fastest route. There's also a low-cost bus, but I don't know too much about it, and taxis are super expensive. The process of getting tickets for the Narita Express or the Keisei Skyliner is pretty easy. The staff speak English, and if you show them on Google Maps where you want to go, they'll get you the right ticket. This is the Keisei Skyliner desk, and for 4 people, it was about $75 US. You look at the board, find the train you're on. We're on track 5, so we head down to track 5. And one thing you should know about Japan is that trains are rarely late. They always show up on time. All the seats are reserved on the train, so make sure you look at your ticket and see which train car and what seat number you're in. We got off the Keisei Skyliner and transferred over to the Tokyo Metro and finally arrived at our hotel. It's called Mimaru, and it's an apartment hotel chain that has hotels across Japan. The reason why I picked this hotel is that most hotels in Japan have a maximum occupancy of 2 or 3 people per room, and since we have 4 people, that means we would have had to pay for 2 rooms, which can get expensive. Mimaru hotels have rooms that accommodate 4 and sometimes up to 8 people. The rooms are modern, clean, and I'd recommend Mimaru hotels if you're traveling to Japan with a group. Our room slept 4 people, and these are some photos of what the room looked like. So we just checked into our hotel, and now we're gonna go ahead to get some ramen real quick and then try to sleep. For our first dinner, we decided to go with something that is easy and we are familiar with since we were pretty jet lagged. This is Ichiran Ramen, and they have locations throughout Japan. It's booth ramen where you fill out the soup preferences and your order preferences, then you order through a vending machine and you get a ticket. When you're seated, a person takes your ticket and your preferences, and ramen just magically appears from the window. No need to talk to anyone, perfect when you're tired and jet lagged. That's it for this vlog. Stay tuned for the next vlog of our time in Tokyo. In the meantime, if you want to watch more travel vlogs or watch how I booked this flight, check out the videos linked on the screen. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and comment and let me know what you think about these vlogs.